Hello, 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 and welcome, adventurers. Today I'm going to be talking about a really cool roleplay idea that you could do. So this is going to be a short video of a short explanation, but it's just something that you guys can give a shot, or just an idea that you can try if you are lost for ideas on what to do for a short one-shot roleplay, or maybe a multi-session roleplay that you want to put a lot of detail into. This is just a cool little idea. This is a game where the party is trapped in a cave that is slowly filling with water and their entrance got caved in. Now they gotta find a new way out filled with skill checks, player-to-player roleplay, and possibly combat with subterranean monsters or underwater creatures. The game could start with the idea that they were hired by a rich nobleman to explore and clear out a cave, believed to be filled with a rich and valuable new material or gems, but once they get a camp set up within the cave and begin digging, an earthquake goes off and traps the players within with a few NPCs. Now, the NPCs could be people like a healer capable of healing, maybe resurrecting if they find the right materials. Like, it could be possible that you could find the diamonds or whatever is needed for the resurrection spell in there, so that way if they die they can bring people back, whether it be NPCs or actual player characters. There could also be a crafter capable of crafting new magical items or enchanting their current gear using materials found in the cave, and other NPCs that could be useful. Now, the enchanter could be just a character who uses the materials found in the cave to make items better through magical means by making them +1 items, +2 items, +3 items as the game goes on, adding on fire or shock or vorpal, stuff like that. It's just a cool little idea that you could do with the NPCs, and there could be more NPC ideas. If you think of something that could be really helpful or really useful to a party trapped in a cave, go ahead and add it. But they could have stuff like a few workers, and they have to choose where to dig next or squeeze through to go to the next place. Running into hurdles like having to dive down and swim to the next area, meaning that they have to leave behind gear, or risk cave-ins, digging paths to new areas, or explore ruins that where they could run into an entire category of monsters not used very often, in my opinion. Things like the cloaker, the delver, the flail snail. Cave monsters not usually used. Aberrations, I feel, are not used a lot in role plays. That's personally just my experience with my own world and stuff like that. I haven't used aberrations a whole lot, and I don't think aberrations come up very often for other people as well. Maybe you do all your campaigns in caves and dungeons and stuff like that. Who knows? But for me, I'm not used to using the aberration creatures, so I think that this is a great way for you to force yourself to use new creatures that you're not normally using. The game would be challenging climbing checks, swimming checks, all sorts of checks, escape artists or dexterity checks to try and squeeze through areas and stuff like that. You could do constitution checks for holding breath while swimming underwater, trying to make sure you get to the next area, taking damage, non-lethal damage, from slowly starting to drown if you can't make it there in time. It also frees up the game to use a lot more less used spells. There could be all sorts of spells that people have never used before because they never thought to use them before, because you're trapped in a whole new environment. You get to fight monsters that you never get to use before. You get to roleplay survival and dark themes like people drowning, what gear to abandon, how to proceed, how to deal with people freaking out with being trapped in a cave. Like, do you sacrifice somebody and not resurrect them because they were just too much of a risk to the entire party of getting out? Or do you try to do the Hail Mary of trying to save everybody as much as possible and try to get to the end game without losing a single soul? That just adds to the challenge and the uniqueness to the campaign. The finale could be a series of skill checks to try and get as many people out of a closing cave exit that's filling with water or slowly caving in, or perhaps beating a strong underwater or cave monster, or maybe even facing down a horde of monsters, all while the room fills with water, slowing the movement down, slowing characters down, having to choose properly, having to maneuver properly in the fight, make sure you're close to the exit as possible before escaping from the final creature. I think that this is a really cool, really unique roleplay idea that I don't think I've seen a lot of people do. I've certainly haven't seen it on a lot of things that I watch. So yeah, this is just a really cool idea. I hope you guys like this idea. I hope you guys try this idea out. If you do, if you have ideas of how to make it better, if you want me to perhaps make the start of it, I'd be more than willing. If you guys want to let me know in the comments, I'd be more than willing to try and make a starting template of this game if you guys want me to. Things like the NPCs already, the story so far, and the getting trapped and stuff like that, and maybe getting to the next area, all depending on how much people really want me to do this. But other than that, I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos so far. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next one. And I hope that you guys have a safe adventure. Bye.